Got a little? Got a lot. Give thanks for what you got.
Hi, kiddo! I'm Grandma Goodie, and I'm here to tell you a Bible story that has to do with Thanksgiving. Now, we're supposed to give thanks every day and be grateful for what we got, but I love that we have one day a year when we're supposed to sit down together, and my family, we all sit down at a big table, and I make a beautiful feast. And big old turkey, that's what we have. Different people have different things. But anyway, I love to have that big, beautiful dinner, and all the people in my family all gathered together, and we hold hands, and we thank God for all of our blessings. We thank Him for all the abundance of the good food. You know, one time I was having Thanksgiving with a different part of my family, and they just were getting together, and they had a buffet. Nobody even sat down together, and nobody said thanks to God even for the food that they was eating. And suddenly we had an earthquake, and everybody hit the floor. And after that I said, well, maybe we should give thanks for our food. And after that, they were all happy to do it. So anyway, that wasn't what I was supposed to tell you. But I have a Bible story about giving thanks. And this took place back in the land of Israel when Jesus was traveling all around, and he was doing mighty miracles. He was healing lots of sick folks. He was making blind people see, people who were deaf hear. He was helping the people who couldn't walk suddenly get up and leap around. And so lots of crowds were coming. There was he was getting famous. He was like a celebrity. So anyway, there was thousands and thousands of people. They didn't want to go home. They just wanted to keep listening to him teach them about God and heal people. And so, but they didn't have a caterer. There was no food there. There was no breaks for lunch or nothing. And so Jesus, after 3 days, he looked at the people, and he could tell they was getting hungry. They was so hungry that he thought, they brought their lunch, but that ran out days ago. So anyway, he said to his disciples, hey, disciples, get over here. I want you to feed all these people. Well, they looked and saw thousands and thousands. I mean, they kind of counted. There's about 4,000 men, and then there was women and children. There's probably 10,000 people there. So anyway, the disciples said, how are we supposed to feed all these people? How are we supposed to feed all? We don't have anything. There's not even a store nearby. And so Jesus says, well, what do you got? And so, hey, Beau, come over here. You want to see what I got? Hi, Beau. Look at this. Can you see what I got here? This is a little plate. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rolls. Has a few little fish on it. And the disciples gave this to Jesus, and they said, that's what we got. Now, I'll confess, I would think that would be a poor meal, even if I sat down to dinner with my family, and that's what they put in front of me. I'd have a hard time being thankful. But you know what Jesus did? Jesus blessed it. And he talked to God in heaven, and he said, thank you for this food. And he asked a blessing on the food. And then he started to give it out to his disciples, and he told me, you give it to the other people. Right now, Beau's sitting here real nice. It looks like he would like one of these fish. See, they just had a few little fish just like that. Let's see, Beau, you like fish? You like fish? I think Beau likes fish. Anyway, the disciples took it. They started passing it out. I don't know if they're throwing it, but I might start just throwing it. I don't think they throw it. They probably broke it because they thought they had to save it and give 2 little pieces and then throw that. But anyway, the more they gave it out, the more they got. And they kept passing out the food. Everybody's getting excited. I guess they like fish and bread. They're passing it out. And the more they passed it out, the more food there was, until every single person there ate as much fish and as much bread as they could until they were completely satisfied. They picked up 7 whole baskets, like big baskets, 7 big baskets full of leftovers. So they had more than enough. Just like any good Thanksgiving dinner, you're supposed to have leftovers. And see, here's Beau. He's looking to see if we got any leftovers. But I'll give you some, don't worry. That's a mighty miracle. And you know, when we sit down, whether we just got a little or we got a real feast, always remember to give thanks for what you got. And then you'll remember this verse too. Jesus said, I don't know if you can see this, but this little plate says, "Give us this day our daily bread." Jesus taught us that we can pray every day and we can ask God to give us the food we need for that day. Because there are people who don't know what they're going to eat tomorrow. But you can pray and ask God, give us this day our daily bread, and God will provide for you. And every once in a while, you might get a feast. So anyway, that's my Thanksgiving story, and I want to wish you a very happy Thanksgiving Day, and I hope you eat a lot of good food. But let me tell the kiddos where to look for this. You're going to look in the New Testament, and the name of the book is Matthew. Hi, Beau. And then the chapter is chapter 15, and then the verses, remember those are the itty bitty numbers in between the words, 32 to 39. And if you're using the secret code, it's going to be MAT 15, and then the two little dots, 32-39. Don't forget, Grandma Goodie loves you, but God loves you more.